I was just testing to make sure it wouldn't move my camera around if I moved my hand in front of it, which has been a problem in the past, as we all know. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arydia, the path we dare tread. We are playing ep06, I guess, um, since we began. And today, if memory serves, there are places we could go that are not Keepwick, but there was some sort of terrifying beast that I didn't really want to tussle with. Everyone kept warning me off of that path. So instead, we went back to town and we leveled up, and we're going to go on to Keepwick. And I realized, actually, at the end of last session, no, yesterday, I realized yesterday, even longer than that, there are two belt slots. So I could definitely just put an old knapsack right in here and trade the cube for the right color. And that would just work. Yeah. Oh well. Um, and I have the flying fish knapsack that we can refill once per day for free in whatever village that was. Fellsworn Village. Now I'm wondering if I do this. No, my head does not come into shot. And I've officially hit record. That's important. I like to have a local copy of my streams for editing purposes. I should, however, check. Do I have enough room? I do. Sweet. By room, I mean hard drive space. Okay. Enough mucking about. We have our knapsacks now in the proper slots, and that is great. We have the healing potion. You have your practice, focus. I think we're ready to get the show on the road. Now, there's consideration for resting, which would end the day. I just don't think I need to do that. I have all of my travel tokens. I have full speed because I just leveled up. The only thing I'm missing is a few cubes from my items. And then Zertle the Hungry Halfling Soother's dependable ability, which just gives 2 free combo points once per day. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we are good. So, let's do some traveling. It's been a while, so I would definitely forgive you if you'd forgotten how traveling works. But what's going to happen is we're going to move our little travel token onto this road. We're going to draw a travel event card. And we're going to see if anything happens on the, I think these are called plains, but they're represented by a little flower, a little red flower. And here's our card in question. Dripping Rain. Luckily, little red flower. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Nothing happens. So we get over here just fine. Now, if we had not had nothing happen, what usually happens is you can either exhaust a travel token or you have to spend speed to not exhaust anything. And if you exhaust a travel token, that means you can't explore any new tiles. You can still continue traveling, you just can't explore. I do have a new skill that I just got at level 2 that I have not mastered yet. And it's called Pathfinding on Rix the Plucky Fellish Scout. I'm wondering if I can just kind of pull this over here to show you what I mean. So to master pathfinding, I have to pay a speed while 2 or more travel tokens are exhausted. So I might try to do that relatively soon. Um, there's also, I could just let it happen organically. We'll see. We'll see what feels best in the moment. Right now, I don't have to worry about it though, because I don't need to exhaust any tokens. And I would like to not exhaust any tokens because I'm hoping to explore the town of Keepwick. There's a road path that I'm traveling along now. That's this road right here. This will take me to the Keepwick outskirts, which we reached last session, but did not progress further south, which is where Keepwick itself should be based on information we have. Turned around. Every now and then I don't have to spend speed. I just saw something terrifying. I noticed that these XP markers do in fact have a 50 side, and that feels like that's going to be a lot of experience to level up. Anyways, you pass this way easily. We don't need to spend any resources. That is actually fantastic. We get to the Keepwick outskirts, and I'm noticing if I'm seeing this correctly. Yes. We can enter this location. You go to tile big 6 if we wanted to, and that seems like a good thing because I believe Keepwick was rumored to be overrun or something along those lines. So let's pull out big 6, which happens to be right on top. No, that's big 0. Big 1, big 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Step back up. We're going to move our world map because we are entering this location. Still on an adventure though, so I will try to keep this close. Farmlands. A couple quaint houses stand here on the edge of the farmlands. You smell the rich aroma of growing plants and notice a garden near the smaller house. Don't know if I can get this low enough. There we go. There's a little description, which I just read, so you don't really need to read it. Oh wow, we can actually get basically this full character card. I do, as a level up thing here, I do want to get a stat tracking overlay for their health, mana, speed, and then ideally have an overlay which shows, if I pull this token out, like attack vectors. If that'll focus, 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 focus. Oh no, it may be broken. Also, my hand is very wavy. Oh, it's trying so hard to focus on this. And I'm just wasting time. There we go. Yeah, you see that attack vector and the skill check and the various values. So I'm hoping to be able to just get the full item tile picture into an overlay so that I can pull that up and show you guys what's happening and also show the monster card, the hit point card. So you can actually see, like, here's what I'm targeting, here's what I'm gonna end up hitting, here's the results, all that good stuff. I just haven't had the time to do that. I've been on vacation for the last 2 weeks. But I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to do. Okay. So let's put this in right here. I want to line it up right with the top edge. And go like that. And we enter from here. I do not recall who was the kind of leader of the pack last time we were in tile exploration mode. So I'm just gonna go back and say it's Zertle, the Hungry Halfling Soother, who really does seem to be my negotiator, my people person. What's the word I'm looking for? My diplomat? Yeah, that's close. That's close enough. The person, my first point of contact most of the time. That's kind of how I like it. So, without further ado, we have this whole two two farmhouse village thing going on. We could go explore this red roofed house with small 11, small 12 get us into the I believe thatch roofed house. I'm going to move our travel deck while we're thinking about it. There's also a point of interest here and an NPC back here, kind of hidden behind the house. I usually like to just go for what's closest. So let's go check out small 11. That's easier to get out than giant tile. Small 11. So what is my quest? Travel to the Sward. We have not seen the Sward yet, so okay. Small 11 says, book-filled home. Shelves of books stare down at you as you look across the room. Papers lie scattered over the desk and floor. You feel whoever's hovel this is must have an equally busy mind. Gotta get my showing off the little camera instincts back. I feel like I was getting pretty good at it before this vacation. Oh, wow, that guy. Certainly a guy. Or gal. Certainly a person. So once again, if you have not been tuning in, I love the fact that these overlays just go right on top of the existing structure. It all makes sense. The art all lines up. And we go inside this small little hut. And I guess let's go talk to the person first, who is NPC, say 32? 32. Once again, the cleric is leading, not that it really matters because they're both full of RP points. But let's talk to NPC 32. Well, that's pretty far down the list. And yet, because there are like active versus inactive cards, it's not, super far in. Clemdence. Not so. I don't know about that name. He's an elven man. His demeanor is absorbed, and his actions are to turn pages. An elvish man is here, surrounded by scrolls and tomes. He doesn't look up as you enter. Do look at all that. Yes, I'm sorry, I don't work here, but the cleric is probably around here somewhere. Turn page of tome. I'm, quite busy and have much to read before my colleagues arrive. So, just a little refresher. Normally, if this were multiplayer, one person would be looking at this and saying, and reading this, and the rest of the people would be role playing. They'd have to figure out what the topics of conversation are to progress forward. Since it's just me, I kind of have an advantage in that I know. And I think Zertle, the Hungry Halfling Soother, his ears perk up at the mention of a cleric, as he is an aspiring cleric himself. So let's talk about that. Let's learn more about that. Ah, peer over spectacles. Well, this is surrounded the cleric's home. You can usually find him around here, tending to people's wounds. Sometimes he takes little trips to help people in nearby villages. I don't keep track of him. And that's the end of that conversation, but now we know there's a cleric somewhere nearby. Maybe. Uh, colleagues. Who are your colleagues? Fellow researchers Kales and Lyria are making their way from Eastgate. They should have arrived by now, but they must have been delayed. Have we seen an Eastgate? I don't believe so. I'm wondering if Eastgate was where hold on, it'll come to me. If Eastgate was where the monster was that everyone told us not to go fight. I don't suppose you'd be willing to help find them. Well, how can we help you find them? Listen, I loathe the idea of exile labor. However, he pulls a squill from his pocket. I have need of finding out where they are, so my research may continue. Would you kindly investigate and bring me any news of Kales or Lyria? They should be somewhere between here and Eastgate. Okay. And I'm realizing I need to keep a journal of things, because this is ridiculous. So I'm going to get out Notepad here on my computer, and I'm going to start typing stuff. So, cleric nearby, wherever we are. Something outskirts. Keepwick? Yes. Alright. Search for Kales and Lyria. Between the Keepwick outskirts and Eastgate. I don't know where Eastgate is, but now we have a potential side quest. Okay. And now that we've done that, we put him away. That's the entire conversation we can have with him at this time. And normally that would have gotten us an RP point, but we're already full, so nothing happens on that one. Yay. Well, I noticed there's also a point of interest, so let's go investigate. Now, in an actual group setting, not everyone has to go investigate every single thing. You can go off on your own a little bit. But if you declare that you're not there, then obviously you're not going to be there for like checks or role playing with the NPCs. So they recommend just sticking together, and I have no reason to not do that. Okay. Points of interest 28, which is in the same box as the NPCs. 28. An odd home. Doesn't seem that odd. Sunlight filters in through the window of this quiet home. There are bookcases lining the walls and scrolls and parchments on the desk and tables. The cabinets sparkle with an array of brightly colored bottles. So we'll show you this bad boy right here. We can go look at the bookcases, the scrolls and parchments, or the bottles. And I don't honestly know what is going to get us anywhere, so I'm going to go look at the bookcases, see if there's anything interesting. Looking through the books, you notice many interesting titles: Trag's Minor Herbs and Remedies, Serums and Tonics for Wellness, and many others that mainly seem to be focused on healing. I want book. And Zerdel says, I want book. Ken has book? Pulse? I can has book? Unfortunately, no, there's no option to grab the book. Okay, let's look at the scrolls and parchments on the desks and tables. This one actually is going to unlock a secret option. Woo! You see various parchments and scrolls scattered around on every surface. Some of them seem to be correspondence. A scroll with a blue seal catches your eye. Investigate the blue seal. Apologies. I'm still overcoming something, so I might cough, and I will try to mute myself before doing so. You can easily read the flowing script. Never seen such a sight. Some have left Livertown, others have boarded up the doors. It's quite... ... You feel awkward reading someone else's letter and give it up. That would have been a role-playing point, but, nothing. But I hear that people are leaving Rivertown based on this message. Okay. Noting that in my journal. Bottles. You enjoy looking through the various shapes and labels of the bottles. They seem to be mainly remedies for sickness and disease. I mean, that seems sweet. Can I just, like, take those? Right? Can I just have those? As someone who has died multiple times, I really do think I deserve a potion of healing. Could be fun. Alright, that's all we can do in this little house, so let's hop on outside and go check out the well, or the grindstone, or whatever. That's a well. That's definitely a well. And that's POI 21. Quiet tomato patch. You're standing in a quiet tomato patch. You hear the click of insects as they crawl along the ground. The soft breeze makes the red tomatoes bob up and down on the vine. You smell the rich, nutty scent of dark earth. And so we can investigate the insects, the tomatoes, or the earth. I investigate the earth. The whole thing. All of it. We'll just talk about insects, I guess. I'll just go down in order. Also, I'm going to plug in my phone because it's almost dead. Insects. All sorts of insects creep and crawl here in the garden. Bees buzz to and fro, and just below your feet you see a trail of ants. Ooh, a trail, you say? Follow up on that. You see the ants carrying bits of food and leaves along paths they've made. Following those paths leads you to what looks like a freshly constructed anthill. It's quite large. Okay. Tomatoes. It must be just about time to harvest these tomatoes. They are bright red and seem fit to burst with delicious juices. Fun fact, I don't like raw tomato, so delicious juices is not how I would describe those. Tomato sauce, though? Great. The rich, dark soil, this is the earth heading, appears to be freshly watered. Someone has been taking great care to grow these vines. I don't know what I learned from that. Other than, like, new anthill? Who dis? I learned there is a large anthill. I don't know what that means, but I learned that it's true. Alright, well, let's get out of here. It's a silly place. Small 12. Let's investigate this little hut. I'm waiting for the point where I'm supposed to be running away from combat, which may have already happened. But, yeah. Ooh, that was bad. Oh no. Pardon me. Excuse me. Oh no. Everything just started falling right on out of the case. Okay, I think we saved it mostly. I lost that and that. My 2 health potion charges. But that's it. That could have been worse, and now we've learned a valuable lesson about when we're moving the small tile box, we gotta have a care. Speaking of having a care, what is happening here? Oh, okay. So now I can see there used to be a question mark NPC here. Now he's moved a space and is no longer a question mark. But if we go inside, first there's a cow. This cow is NPC 37. Hello? Don't have a cow. NPC 37 it is. Cow. Demeanor disgruntled. Actions rubbing hooves. A cow stands here on its hind legs, a solemn expression on its face. What? Okay, get it over with. I'm sure you want to moo or make some joke. Listen, as I'm sure you can gather, this isn't how I normally look. I was cursed. I see you wear the brass exiles pin, so perhaps you'd be willing to lend me a hoof, a hand. Yeah. Do we have key item 23? I don't believe we do. No. No, we do not. Okay. Well, so our options with this talking cow, make moo sounds or jokes, talk about cursed, or lend a hand slash up. Oh no. This stupid camera. I don't know how to turn it off. How to make it not do that. So dumb. Alright. Yeah, good enough. I just... Lock? Lock. I don't know what that... Okay. Someday I should look at the manual for this thing. So we don't have key event or key item 23. I don't feel like you'd get us anywhere to make jokes. Let's ask about this curse. Well, I'm not quite sure what to say. You see, it wasn't a wizard who did this. I think it was the ants from my garden. They had built this new anthill, and there's something powerful in there. I want to learn more about this anthill now. Powerful. I tried to remove the anthill, digging it with the shovel. Just before I was cursed, I saw something glowing, like an amulet or something. I'm sure if you can get it, I'll turn back to normal again. Well, let's lend a hand slash hoof. If you take this to the garden and wave it about, it should take you to the ants. Go and see if you can get to the source of their power. Gain key item 24. Thank you, Mr. Cow. Or Mrs. Cow. I don't actually know. Suppose probably misses, otherwise it would be a bowl. I don't know if that's how the curse works, though. I'm not going to put this away, because we're going to talk to this NPC again very soon. But I do need key item 24. Which is over here. Over here. Let's see what we get. Ant antenna! A large ant antenna. The cow said to use this in the tomato patch. Keep this card in the party inventory until you find a card with the exact text, Quiet Tomato Patch. And then draw event 29. Okay, alright. That is fascinating and all, but there's an NPC outside that I kinda want to go talk to. Let's go do that first. This is NPC 36. Just after our cow friend. Old farmer. This old farmer had a person turned into a cow. Dwarven man. He's a demeanor placid, actions chew loudly. Oh. That's what I thought. A dwarven farmer is kneeling here on all fours, delicately nibbling on the grass. The farmer looks up at you, a clump of grass in his beard. You think you should greet him? I suspect this is the cow, but hello. If anyone speaks to the farmer, flip this card. Moo! Is the only response you get. Okay, we'll just put this right back into the box. Well, I guess I can leave this one out too. Just in case something good happens. Okay. Let's go to the anthill. We know that POI 21 is the Quiet Tomato Patch, so we get to draw event 29. Here's what's weird, though, is there's a guy in the house, like, not that far away. Just up the path, like, 10 feet. Who knows nothing about any of this? The guy's really absorbed in his books, man. Alright, event 29. Changes. The giant antenna is in your hand vibrates. You begin to feel a falling sensation as the world around you grows to enormous size. Oh no. Alright, we'll flip this card. You gaze around at tomatoes the size of wagons and vines as big as trees. Draw a small 13 and place party on it, and then we'll replace this card. Yeah, okay. Small 13. That is the replace card, or yes, index this card. Yeah. Did we just get buttons and bugs? I should probably write some of this stuff in my journal. Alright. Ants transformed dwarf into cow. Ants made us little. And I'm wondering if the cow is in on this whole trap. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, here we go. Small 13. Now, what's interesting is this just gives us a way to get right back to Big 6, which I would assume is not a thing we can just do. Like, traveling back and forth. So I'm going to ignore that for now. But we have two different exits, so let's take away Big Land, where the big people live. And let's bring in Little Land, where we are. What's up, Doc? I don't know why I said that. I don't why I referenced Bugs Bunny in this instance. I'm not in charge of what I do or do not do. Let's go to this direction first, to the north, I guess. And that is medium 13. I think my biggest complaint about this game so far is that it is such a table hog. Because all these tiles and everything do take up rather a lot of space. I like some of it. I'm just not completely sold on the idea. I guess a lot of dungeon crawlers have even more space. So maybe my complaint is not really even like a thing. Now that I think about it, since I put literally any thought into it, I think it's only a problem for me here as a streamer. Yeah. Flower pots. Here you see large pots with flowers the size of trees towering up out of them. Ants as big as yourself are plucking seed pods from the tree-like flowers. They turn and look at you as you draw closer, their mandibles clicking hungrily. When you draw this, also draw and place Big 4. If you haven't already, then draw event 309. Ooh, bother. Oh, we got trouble. Right here in River City. So we need event 309 and we need Big 4. And I may need to orient my map a little bit to have this fit on camera. So, let's move our world map so that it's not in the way as I get out tile Big 4. There you are. And let's also get out 309 from the event deck. And we're going to get out some enemies as well. Escaping Ant is the name of this event. Which does tell me that maybe we have a friend. Okay, let's place our big tile and then read this event. And we're also going to need some enemies. Giant well. You find yourself gaping at a giant well the size of a pond. Tracks in the dirt seem to lead toward a large mound off to the west. Oh, dang. So, we are going to be in combat. Boom. And I'm going to need this to turn like this, because this tile is big, as you might imagine. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit. Okay, that's in place. You cannot see it based on zoom level, but there's an NPC ant I could have talked to before initiating combat. That would have been nice. Also, we're both supposed to be on this edge. Apologies for not doing that before revealing everything. I don't think it's too big of a deal. And we're going to zoom out. All right. And we're going to do all that. And I need to place our rat friends. Sorry, ant friends. our damage track. It's our combo threat track, but you can actually see it. Actually works out just like that. That's perfect. Get our health and damage trackers. And we need 035. Is that in this box? Yes. Yes, it is. Very nice. Are there any other types of enemies? Are they all 35? They are all 35. Sweet. Thrill as I get out minis. Okay. And we're going to need the faux cards for those ants. And here we go. All right. And now I take a look and see where I could possibly put the hit cards for these ants. And the answer is... Okay, well, we're not going to need the bottom right of the map right now because there's just nothing down there. So we'll go like that. That didn't help at all. Oh, no, that's so much worse. Because I want my threat combo track to be in camera shot. Please don't do that. Why would you do that? Sometimes this camera is very drunk. I apologize. Oh, now you've decided to go there. I think what it's trying to do is look at what it thinks the most interesting thing is automatically. It's probably using some sort of stupid AI to do it. And so it's wrong most of the time about what the most interesting thing is. Okay. Well, this is the most important card for the ants. It shows their behavior. And then we have a bunch of mob ants who are level 2. Oh no, they're level 2. A huge ant scuttles about. Watch your back. Thorax? Ooh, these ones are interesting. They have a sideways hit card. And they have 4. Oh, some of them have more than 4. Oh no, one of them has 6? Ooh. That's a yikes from me. That's a yikes from me. Well, nothing to do but get to it. I think these will be mostly off camera, but I'll do what I can. Yeah, okay. That shows you all of the actual hit boxes. So that'll have to do. Keep these over with the actual tile. A little bit more relevant over there. Number 3 is the really armored one. And then there's number 4. I'm curious why one of them is super armored and the others are not. Maybe we'll figure it out from 309. Oops. One of my armor cubes fell on the floor. I'll have to grab that in just a second. There it is. So yes, Ant 3 not only has 2 extra hit locations, they're armored. So it's going to take 2 hits to even get through those hit locations. And I'm going to begin the task of taking the bases off of my rats, my previous opponents. Thrilling television, I know. That is the risk you take with a board game. A live board game. There's just certain things that have to be done and are not super interesting. The blue one is number 3. And he starts over here. The brown one is number 1. Sorry, not brown. I don't know. Number 1 is the green one. The brown one is number 2. These rings are an awkward color. Number 1. Number 2 ant has the brown ring and is over behind the plant. And number 4 has the, I guess, pink. The color on the card does not match the color of the base. Tell you what. Alright. Alright. Ay. Where did I put this event card? There it is. We have set up combat. So let's see what happens. As soon as the ants see you, the biggest one begins scuttling away. It appears to be fleeing toward the anthill. You have a bad feeling about what might happen if it reaches its goal. Place an event token on the grid card of 035. We'll now refer to it as Skitter. So number 3 is Skitter. When activated, spend threat normally, but Skitter ignores the AI card and instead targets NPC 4 and tries to move 6 speed towards it. Failure. If Skitter moves on to NPC 4, flip this card and go to failure. Success. If you defeat Skitter before it moves on to NPC 4, flip this card and go to success. So we need to kill all of them, but Skitter is the one we have to kill the most before he can escape. So I think our game plan is going to be to back up. But first, we need the threat deck, which is over here. Need to have that handy. I mean to shuffle it. Shuffled. Okay. And I'll put that right here. It's off camera slightly, but it'll be fine. And AI has the first turn. Let's see what they do. Boss or 1. The ants are mob, not boss, so they just gain 1 threat. Kaboom! And we have Zertle the Hungry Halfling Soother going first. Now, unfortunately, Skitter's in the back. So the question is, what do we do? And I kind of like the idea of letting them come to us. For the most part. Because when we've tried to charge in, we have failed. Do I have to have Zertle go first? I'm going to look at the rules. Combat. On 20. Maybe I go to 29, which is exile turns. So who is the active player in this case? That's the question. Because they take the first turn. Is it whoever explored the tile? Because that would be Zertle. Okay. Yes, the player who triggered combat goes first. Okay. So it's unfortunate in this case, and that might be a reason to have Rix the Plucky Fellow Scout go first most of the time. But there is one thing I could do that might be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So I could do a basic move that's a minor action. Go 1, 2, 3. This is all non-difficult terrain, so it's all fine to go through. And then I attack this ant in front of me, ant number 1, with my practice staff, which I'm going to throw up onto the camera. And as you can see, I come down from the top anywhere I want, and then if I get a double hit, I go to the right of my target slot. So what I'd really like to do man, this one sucks for that attack. I don't know if any of them are actually good for that attack, but I'm looking at its hit grid. And coming down here means I'm missing that crit point, which is just going to happen. And then hitting that, which makes this crit point just worthless. If I come down here, I only get the 1 hit. Although odds are I'm only going to get 1 hit. And if I come down here, I only get the 1 hit, and it's a weak point, which for the ants... What does the ants do? +2 threat? Ooh, boy. Yeah. All right, we also gain a combo because I did a basic move. I don't like my options, but I do want to try to hit this thing, so I'm just going to go for the this top hit location here. Seems like the best play for me. And I roll my die. This is going to be a strength check, and my strength is +3. So I d20 +3. I got a 19. I'm so happy I blew my best roll ever, basically, on what is going to be 1 hit, because my second hit is wasted. Okay, and then for my second full action, I'm going to move again. I go 1, 2, 3. And I believe I still get combo for that. So that's good. I think that's good. I do think, yeah, I do think that Rix will be able to do some good work against Skitter with the snipe ability, because he'll be able to hit an unarmored slot, and if I roll high enough, I can hit both armored slots, thus removing the armor, making it a lot easier to get future hits. Or if I need to, I can use Rix with the cracked axe, and if I get all three, then I just sweep across the row. And the answer, Skitter, is 2 rows. So that would be ideal if I can pull it off. That said, Zertle is out of actions. Yes, indeed. So let us do another monster turn. All foes activate. Awesome, awesome. So we spend threat normally for all of the ants, which in this case they can spend 1 to do their second ability in the list, which is Move 4 and Mandible. And I believe that icon is Greatest Distance. But that's a weird thing to do. I'm going to look that up again. I feel like I've looked this up. I feel like I've looked this up every combat, which means it might not be the most clear information. Then again, I also just took a 2-week break, so that could be entirely on me. No. So I'm looking for what the different icons mean for their behaviors. And that is on this page. Target that will allow the attack to hit the most exiles. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, the yellow arrow pointing up means most exiles. I knew it was most something, so I've learned that much. And because Mandible can hit the 3 spaces in front of the ant, they want to try to maximize that. They can't, but that's what they would try to activate or maximize. I'll throw that back on the screen. So they're going to move up to 4, try to hit as many things as possible using this attack. I don't like that. Number 1. Moving up to 4, good golly. And if they can't maximize, I think it's just shortest movement. Yeah, he can't hit more than 1 target, so he's just going to go up to Zertle. Poor Zertle's always getting hit. Always getting hits. And we're going to roll a blue die. Where can you see it on camera? Down here. There we go. And the hit location is left hand? Yeah, left hand. Boom. Dealing 1 damage. Zertle happens to have armor. He's got a left glove. It's damp. So, ew. So he blocks the 1 damage and puts a wear token on the glove. It will no longer block stuff until I get that repaired. Ant number 2 now gets to go. And that is this brown one? Yes. Who I think just clambers over this difficult terrain, right? Yeah. Goes 1, 2, 3. Otherwise you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. And no, he'd just go like that. So luckily he's stuck in the pot for now. We have a little bit of time to deal with that one. Number 3 is Skitter, who does a move 6 instead of anything else. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because they have an area of attack, area of effect attack, can in fact attack Rix, the Plucky Fellow Scouts, with the same attack. So once again, we're going to roll our blue die, and this is the left shoulder. Left shoulder. No armor for Rix in the left shoulder. Rix takes 1 point of damage. And that is the end of the ants. And they spent their threat to do that. Huh. So what I'm looking at is I might staggering shot, my brand new skill as of last session, to hit Skitter and push it 2 squares while also marking it. I think that's what I want to do. But what is the... So normally 3 to 4 is my range with the bow. Are they at 1, 2, 3? So I think that works. Because I just do range 4 minus 1 is 3. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, and we're good. Are there any obscuring lines between us? No. I shoot Skitter with my staggering shot. That is 1 action and a combo point. And I'm also marking Skitter, obviously. And I make my bow attack, which is this. So it's an endurance check. I attack down a column, and we'll see if that's at all useful for me. But the main thing is, I just want to push this guy away from his destination. And then we can talk about how I kill other stuff, because we're also, like, mobbed by these ants. It is good to know that they attack the 3 spaces in front of them with their mandible, so I don't want to line my guys up ever. That would be very bad for me. I'm just delaying before I roll my die, because I'm terrible at D20 rolls. This is endurance, and my endurance is +2, so let's do endurance +2. Oh boy, I'm nervous. Oh. Oh, that was perfect. The only thing that would have made that better is if I had done that while using the axe. Oh, wait! The cracked shortbow also has a 20 slot. It doesn't matter. I can't hit a 3rd space in a column. I don't even care. That was amazing. I get to learn what happens on a crit, which hasn't come up before now. A natural 20 in combat. Gain 2 combo. And that's it. And then I just do a bunch of damage. I mean, I'm a fan. Let's see what we hit. What are my hit points in a column? Which I'm definitely doing. There are no critical spots on this ant. Skitter sucks. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this left column, take out the armor, and damage the slot below it. And then I'm going to mark him. Sorry, he's already marked. I'm going to activate my mark. Lose a mana. I get to deal 1 direct damage. I'm going to take out the other armor. And then I can push him 2 spaces, which I do. I can push 2 because he is marked. Otherwise, it'd only be 1 square. Sweet. And I still have 2 actions left. I'm going to do a move and get another combo. And I think I want to walk right here. And then use my final action to use my axe, which is also endurance. That's endurance +2. Or d20 +2 against this ant who's already injured. If I get... let me think about this. If I get a crit, or even if I get just an 18, I get to kill this thing. I don't like my odds of getting an 18, though. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Oh, boy. Oh, doggy. 9. So that's an 11. That's not even 2? Not even 2 slots? Oh, yikes. Ooh, okay. This is actually perfect. I'm going to hit through this top row. My 1 hit just passes all through everything, but there's a critical point right there. And if I pass through that critical point, I hit both of these spaces. So I get to hit these for free. Okay. 11 was just fine. You did great, Rex. Thank you very much. Phew. Breathe a sigh of relief on that one. Our combo's getting pretty high. It helps that I got a crit. As it tends to do. Mob. We're activating the mob. That's all of the ants again. I'm glad they have no threat. So they're going to do their basic target most health, move up to 6, and then in size, which is just 1 target, single target, 1 damage. Once again, we're starting with ant number 1, and the most health is... They're tied. I forgot I bumped up Rix's health with the last level up. That's nice. What does the gray die do? So the gray die is going to hit that central cross, the chest, legs, arm, head. And you will never guess, I mean, you can easily guess because you see it right here. Rix happens to have chest, legs, arm, head. So we're going to target Rix. We're going to have this ant target Rix. Although Rix is going to take all the other hits too. Probably. Alright, we'll have ant number 1 target Zertle. And we just roll one of these gray dice here. Yeah. And that's a chest. Zertle has great chest armor. It takes a wear, but he takes no damage, and it still has another hit left before it's worn and needs repairs. Next, we do ant number 2. That's this one who climbed over the flower pot, and they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, wait, hold on. If there are multiple legal targets that match their targeting priority, does it go for the nearest? I would assume yes, now that I'm looking at this. But let's find out before we make assumptions. If there's a tie, target the exile that require the fewest movement points to reach the foe's desired position for those targets. Okay. And if there's still a tie, then players decide. So this rat will definitely target Rix. And go, hey, chomp. This is a great eye. That's chest armor. That is the one chest shot that Rix can take. Then we have ant number 3, who just tries to run past. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bear with me one more time. The problem with, taking a big break after just learning a new game, can they move through allies? Borders, range, positional grids, ability, movement abilities. Creatures move orthogonally and pay a move. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hold on. Can you move through friends? This kind of feels like no. Foes can move through other foes, but cannot end movement on a square occupied by another foe. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Again, that's what I assumed. That's why it got all the way to here. And that's okay. Ant number 4, the final ant, attacks Rix as well. We have the gray die already. Let's do this. That is chest once again, which means Rix takes another hit. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Rix. Trying to think of what to do next. Well, we're back to Zertle. And we have to kill Skitter. And Skitter is likely to move super far on this very next turn. So I think we need Zertle to try and attack Skitter. And there's a chance that they don't do any actions. Not even a bad chance of that happening. There's a decent chance. But I still think I just need to punch this ant. And by punch I mean use my quarterstaff. So I think what I do, just realize it's well, it's got some difficult terrain that it's probably just going to sidestep around. I might have to spend a speed to get in front of it to slow it down. I am waffling. I'm deep in the tank. I'm wasting time. Okay, well, we're going to move. We're going to use our basic action. We're going to move. And the question is, do I just move to here or do I spend speed to get in front of him? If I move here, my pummel action is really strong because I hit all three of the ants that are around me. And that might just be the best move. But then again, that will give them some threat, which means they can do multi-attacks. Multiple target attacks. Ay, 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 ay. We're in trouble. I think we are in trouble, and I think I do not want to give them threat at this point. Not if I can help it. So I'm going to spend a speed to do the reaction part of the basic move where I get +2 movement points because I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 to get in front of him. And now we're attacking. And we're attacking. Oh, I wonder if I should have spent a speed to do my form up ability. I will show you what that looks like. And I just realized my stupid big camera did a stupid zoom in for no reason. You gotta stop doing that, friend. Yeah, so that's... What is it? Keep doing that. No, stop. No, you gotta stop. So that says one-click focus. What's the other mode? Well, that's the only mode. What is this? Food? Texture? What does that even mean? Portrait? Dress? I'm just gonna go standard. I just want to know how to turn off the dumbness. Okay. I just want it to not try to zoom in and zoom out by itself because I don't want it to. I have it set where I want it. I want it to not move ever again without me telling it to. So anyways, form up. I also need to finish this. We could spend a speed to not only move myself, but also have Rix move, which might help Rix get a little bit further. Nah, I don't think we need to. Don't think we need to. I'm going to spend an action. I'm going to attack with my strength, which is +3. I got a 5. Do I want to change that in any way? I have options. What would that get me, though? I don't think I can get it up to 12, is the thing. So no, I think I just deal my 1 here. And then I swing again. But before I do... No, I'll just swing again. Once again, this is strength. Oh wait, +3 would have been 8? Yeah, no. Even with a +3 from roleplay points, I would have had 11. This is a 7. How do I turn this? There we go. With the +3 strength, that's a 10. So now I will spend a roleplay point to I just realized I've been tracking these in a weird way. I think I'm supposed to have just 2 cubes. I've definitely accumulated 2 more roleplay points. Anyways. Yes, so I'm going to spend one of my roleplay points to make it a 13, which means I get both hits on my practice staff. And with 2 hits, I'm going to drop in from the top here and hit that guy. Oh, actually, no. I don't. Well. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drop from this top and then go slide on over to that slot. Again, I'm trying not to give them threat before I absolutely need to. And now it's their turn. And I'm hoping they don't murder us outright. I'm going to take another swig of water because I'm feeling the whole talking a lot thing. I was not fully ready to start this. Let's see what they do. Please don't activate. I don't want you to run away. Woof. 3 threat for them. Which means they're guaranteed to do a giant attack of mandible, move 5 mandible with 3 damage. That's gonna kill us, by the by. So we are going to have Rick's the Plucky Fellow Scout. It's their turn now. Get my action tokens back. And I want to do a basic move to get to here. We gain a combo for that. And then I'm going to do an action Cracked Axe. Maybe I should go further and use my bow. So the reason I'm considering that is if I use my bow, I can just use the mark to fill in the last point of damage I'll need, because the bow is a column, but I have a row of hit locations left. The axe is a row of hit locations, and I'm likely to get 2 hits. The problem is that means I'm not able to hit any of these other ants with the axe, and I'm not able to hit any of these other ants with the bow due to minimum range. So I just have to, like, move again, which I guess would give us free actions because I'd fill up the combo. I'd limit break. I don't mind the limit break. I'm assuming that's good for us. So let's do it. I'm going to do the axe. This is endurance, so +2. D20 +2. I want a 12. Oh boy. So that's an 8. 8 is not great for us. Because we can spend a roleplay point to get to 11. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, because I haven't really done this at all before, is use my practice focus on Zertle the Hungry Halfling Soother. And this allows me to make a wisdom check and add either +1 or +2 to my friend's roll. So I attempt that. Wisdom, my wisdom is +2. D20 +2, I got a 14, that becomes a 16. Which is exactly enough to give it a +2. And now I spend my roleplay points. So we were at 8. With the +2, we're at 10. With the +3, we're at 13. That's enough to get 2 hits on the axe, thus wiping out Skitter, but also gaining us 2 threats as I go through a weak spot. Yikes. So yeah, we might be in a little bit of trubs. We're in a lot of trouble if they activate. And frankly, there's a good chance they activate because they're gonna fill up their bar and just get an activation and also get a permanent bonus damage buff. Once again, I say we're in danger. Okay, let's do this. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're gonna move. This will get us another combo as we move 1, 2. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, because there's difficult terrain there. So now I need to figure out what Limit Break actually does. Funnily enough, it's never come up for my side. Only for theirs. So free action, the exile whose turn it is, spend 7 combo. Any exile, even if it's not their turn, takes an action, normal, minor, or free, without spending an action token, ignoring any combo cost for that action. Oh. Interesting. Sweet. So, we spend all 7 combo. We get to have a free action each to do whatever we want with. And then play will resume. So I think what I want to do... Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm going to have Rix targeting this ant. Yeah, well, first... first, Zertle's going to run. 1, 2, 3. And gain a combo. You'll see why in a second. Rix is gonna do a snipe action. Since it's combo free and action free. This seems like a good use of snipe. So I'm looking for 12 plus on an endurance check. I have +2 to endurance. And I'm targeting this ant, who is number 4. Come on, 10 or higher, please. What is with the rolls today? What? What is this? That's silly. So we gain two combo. Targeting this one, I get to hit a target box and then hit the 2 spaces diagonal from that, either up or down. And by golly, I would love to hit the spaces that are down. And I'm realizing now I needed to get a 16 or higher to do what I wanted to do here. So I grab this and I say, look at this box. I hit this one and this one and this one via this path. Because I go via this path, I hit that critical point, and I hit that one as well. I have one shot this ant. That is another weak point, so they gain 2 more threat, and that does in fact activate them, and I'm going to refresh myself on what happens on an enemy limit break, but I believe they get a little token that says all their attacks do +1 damage, and they all get to activate right now, if I'm not mistaken. Then all foes activate as if an all foes threat card were drawn, spending threats normally. Yeah. Oh no, they don't drop back down to 0. Oof. We are super dead. And by super dead, I mean we might survive. Especially since 2 ants have been knocked off the board. That's my one saving grace here is there's only 2 ants left. So we could pull through. However, this is going to be extremely frightening for all of us. They spend 3 threats to move 5 and do a mandible attack at 4 damage. Yikes. They can't hit multiple exiles, so they'll just focus on hitting whoever's nearest. Bye-bye, Rix. It was nice knowing you. Mandible attack is the blue die. This is 4 damage going through. Oh, yikes. Alright. That's right hand. No armor, right hand. No right hand armor for Rix. That would be 4 damage coming through. I'm going to spend my Nimble, which is the Fellish species ability. That gets me +2 defense for that attack. So I only take 2 damage instead of all the damage. That's a yikes for me, dog. And then this one will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, could he have done fewer movement points? Yes. Because he started here, he could have gone 1, 2, 3. And also attacks Rix, and I believe Rix is dead on this attack. Oh yeah, that's right shoulder. And there's no armor there. Rix takes 4, drops to 0 hit points. Sorry, buddy. I tried. I really did. Okay. So Rix is knocked down. Wait, do they get another turn immediately? Uh-oh. Is Zertle also just going to get knocked down immediately? Oh. Sorry, I learned something about squills. Just randomly flipping through the rulebook. I need to know what happens after the limit break. Yep. This may result in consecutive foe activations. Come on, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Yeah. Okay, boss or 2. Well, that was lucky. Well, we're kind of dead then, aren't we? So I need to move. And I'm going to move here. We gain a combo for the basic move. I'm going to do an action to heal. Yeah, I'm going to use the old kit. Use one charge from that, my last charge. That is a wisdom check, which I have +2 in, and I get to try and heal Rix. So I'm really hoping to heal for a lot here. You know, a crit would not go amiss, obviously. An 18 or higher would also be perfectly acceptable if the dice rolling wills it. Yikes. Okay. Well, the good news is I restore 1 hit point to Rix, so Rix gets to stand up without using their action surge. Fortunately, I'm all out of healing now. But I could spend my final action and spend 1 speed to gain a combo and also go 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try that. Let's try to escape a little bit. Alright. That was Zertle's turn. We have... I don't think there's any way... Ooh, okay. There's a way that we don't limit break the ants, and I think that's my only hope. Even though that means we're going to get attacked again, because if they limit break, they will not only attack us, they're going to do a base 5 attack, and that's just, death. Okay, good. They activate. Mob activates. They're going to spend 3 and go 1. Attacking Rix. This is a base 4 attack because we're doing Mandible +2. And they have 1 power token. Rix is absolutely falling down again. And it doesn't actually matter. But no armor there. Rix falls down to 0 hit points again. Knocked down. And then the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, dang. Can reach Zertle. I was really hoping he wouldn't. Because I don't know how survivable this is. Is this base 4? Okay, alright. There's a chance. Oops, see daisy. That was down at 3. That was at 5. Yes, I believe that was at 5. Okay. Phone just buzzed. That some weird notes. Anyway, sorry, that was right shoulder. Which means good old Zertle, the Hungry Halfling Soother, gets knocked down instantly. Kaboom. Kaboomski. Can I survive this fight? I don't know that I can. Yikes. Because, like... Well... Okay, I'm formulating a plan whereby I might survive. So we start by saying it's Rix's turn. And Rix is going to surge so we don't just die. So I stand up. I'm still at 0 health. I'm going to minor action move, thus giving us a combo. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do the reaction to get 1 extra movement point by spending a speed. And then I'm going to spend one of my chipped potion cubes as well as an action to restore Zertle to 1 health. Yeah. Yeah. So Zertle stands up without spending a surge. What do I do now? Do I hope that the mob doesn't activate? I feel like my best hope is to limit break, but that means I have to do something that gains me combo. Okay. I think that's my only shot here. I'm deep in the tank on this one. Okay, I think I have a game plan. So I spend my final action to do a move, thus gaining a combo. I'm going to move here, I think. Might as well. That gives me a free action. I'm going to spend my action to heal myself for 1 using the last potion stack. Potion charge. So Rix is done for their turn. Zertle gets a free action. What does Zertle do with their free action? Right, and we're going all the way back down to 0 combo. It is ridiculous, and by ridiculous I mean unfair in this particular moment, but probably fair overall, that I have to spend all of my combo, but they don't have to spend all their threat. Makes it pretty tough for me. Kind of getting dunked on in this instance. Did I plan poorly? Almost certainly. Okay, we don't want to end up in a straight line with each other. That is the one thing I cannot allow to have happen. I think I go 1, 2, 3. Just do a move. That seems really bad. Gotta make them come to me, right? Maybe I do my form up ability. Okay, I just need to make a decision. I need to be done. I am going way too long here. I think I just move. I'm just going to move. I'm going to use my form up ability to also move Rix. 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3. I don't think that's out of the range of anybody. Where did I move earlier? I just moved to here with a move action. That was a bad choice. I should have moved like way back here. Let them come to me. I have range. 1, 2, 3. No, that's still not enough. I am getting movement, so I'm pretty sure I can spend speed to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just run away. Let them come to me. Okay. Enemies activate. They gain 2 threats because there are no bosses and there are 2 exiles in the party. Sweet. So now Zertle gets a turn. And that is actually huge. Sorry, we should have 1 combo because I just spent 1 to do my ability. Sorry, I just gained 1 while doing my ability, I should say. Spent a speed. I attack. Oh, shoot. This is going to limit break them again. Nothing for it. Like, there's literally nothing else I can do. I attack. I suppose I could attack the other one first. I just don't think that that's worthwhile. Ooh. All right, better idea. Better idea. Let's just get this out of the way. I move with a basic action to here, gaining a combo. I'm going to spend a combo to pummel. So everybody around me suffers 1 damage in those attack patterns. 1 of my choice per enemy. So I am going to do 2 things. Right, I don't even have to roll for this. I just get to do it. I attack both of them by just swinging to the right. Yes, I just get their weak points out of the way now. I go boom and boom. This ant is dead. They gain 4 threat, but they're capped at 7. I think that's my maximum value play here, because I'm going to have to hit that weak point eventually anyways. And is that good? I hope that's good. They get another power token. These weak points are what's really killing me. If they didn't get those power tokens, or the threat from the weak points, I think I'd be doing a lot better. I just don't know how to avoid it. I don't think there is a way to avoid it. Okay. Unless I'm doing weak points wrong. Yeah, I need to be done because I also need to use the facilities. All this water going right through me. So they spend 3 threats to attack Zertle. This is going to hurt a lot because it's 5 5 damage attack. It doesn't matter where they hit. I happen to have the right glove that this is targeting. So that gets used up for no value. And yet, no, I just need to step away for a moment. I will be right back. All right. Just reflecting on the fact that this is after I got 2 crits, and I am soups dead. At least Zertle is. Ugh. Okay. But that's the Ant's limit break turn. Fortunately, Zertle doesn't get a second action. We'll just have to deal with that. Let's see what they do. Now, oh, they activate. Is this my saving grace? Ooh. Okay. So they spend 3. They go down to 1. And they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they cannot reach me. And I am still alive right now. Okay. Rix's turn. Rix's turn. What does Rix want to do? Can I stay alive? Can I staggering shot again? I think so. I just can't move it very far. I think that's my best shot. Yeah. All right, let's do it. I spend a combo to staggering shock. I make a basic bow attack with -1 range in this case, because it's 2 spaces instead of my usual minimum of 3. I want to roll a 10 or higher because I would like to get 2 hits on this jerk. Looking at my options again. Yeah, no. I think it's the best option. 10 or higher, please. 13 will do. That deals 2 damage to this soldier ant. And I still have one action left. Checking the map. I can step back a space and still not be firing through obscured borders. Interesting, 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 interesting. Oh, right, I don't have to move because I stagger shot. I push it one space. And now I do a regular attack with my bow. Please. Endurance. I just need a 2 or higher on this. Oh, I was so worried about a critical failure there, but I rolled a 7. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I only needed one hit. I get my one hit. The answer defeated. Oh, God, gee willikers. What happens to downed players after the combo? Or sorry, not the combo, after the combat ends? Hmm. Sorry. Combat end. Victory. I need exiles at 0 health. See Adventure KO'd on page 15. Okay. So what you do is you can do whatever you need to do to try to heal. If after everyone has exhausted all options, you are still at 0 health, you advance the day to heal everyone who's at 0 to 1. It doesn't count as a rest action, so it's really bad in every way. Luckily, now that we are out of combat, I can do 2 things. Thing number 1, I can swap my practice kit for my old kit. I have 1 cube left on my practice kit, which I use. This is my old healing item. I use my last cube on it right now to roll wisdom. And if I roll a 2 or higher, I stand up. All right, I got a 13. And my wisdom is +2, so I got a 15, which is fine. Yeah, I heal for 2. Boom, boom. Then I can spend a mana to put all the cubes back on one of my kits, and I'm going to use the one that I have equipped, my slightly better kit. And I'm wondering if I want to spend another mana to refresh my other kit, just in case. And yes, I absolutely do. Okay, I stand up. Yikes, is what I say to that. Yikes. We're in adventure mode now. Don't need to worry about this tracker. I restore all the things that restore at end of combat. Like this one. I think that's actually it. Put my action tokens back where they're supposed to be. And I think that's going to have to do it for tonight, because I am very tired. But hey, let's do combat rewards before I log off. So everybody gets an experience point, just the one, after all that. Hardly feels worth it. Is it just the one? I'm pretty sure it's just the one. Not, 4. Yeah, for each AI card but not grid card, you gain XP and reward once for the entire party, regardless of party size or number of foes that share the AI card. So we gain 1 experience, and then we roll a d20. The green die seems to be on a roll tonight, so I'm going to do the green die. 17. Still close. Wait, hold on. Hold your horses. I rolled a 17. Where did it go? Where did the 17 go? I rolled it and then it disappeared. Oh, I should absolutely heal a bunch of health with my kits and then replenish the same kit again. Can I spend role-playing points to increase the reward? Non-attribute check, no modifiers. Yeah. So let's do this. We gain 2 money. And since Rix is currently fresh out of all funds, we're going to put both of those coins into his purse, or her purse. Yes, Rix is a she. These coins, or these money tokens are cool. I mean, they're metal, and they're an interesting shape. Hard to pick up off a table, though. That would be my nitpicky complaint about them. I think we got extremely lucky, to be honest. And not plucky, lucky. Okay, that'll do it for me. You all know my sign-off routine by now. I don't need to share it with you all. So, seriously, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for chatting. No matter where you watch, here on Twitch or on YouTube, I'm genuinely thank you. Thank you for taking the time. I know this is a 2-hour video. That is not a short amount of time. So thank you for spending your time on this. Following and subscribing as well. Those are huge things that let me know I'm doing something you're interested in. If nobody chats, nobody likes, nobody comments, nobody follows or subscribes, kind of at a loss for what to do. So I really appreciate it when people take the time to do those things. I'm not trying to pressure you into doing that, but I would really love it if you enjoyed this video, even just watching more than 30 seconds of it, is a win in my book. That's a good metric for me. But if you're genuinely interested in the content in this game, in watching more of this, I do appreciate when people do the other engagements activities. And I hate to call it that. No, I don't hate to call it that. That is what it is. I hate to kind of like call that out, but that's the reality of this particular task. The only metrics that I really have to fall back on are your engagement with my content. So, genuinely appreciate anything you can do. And I will see you all next time. I need to log off. I am like this close to losing my voice. Thanks, everybody.